summer, the feast of the movies, best part of the year. The true summer we used to have in a very amazing way at the past few years, unfortunately, it's gone. But since the breakout, the cinema is no longer as it was.
Really?
But the best won't benefit. So let's have fun with what we have at the moment. We are totally ready. So are you ready? Because we got the newest movies in the second half of 2021. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the legendary trio, Sonya, Darius Kincaid, and Michael Bryce. Another step forward in the career of the superstar Ryan Reynolds. Lionsgate tends to produce a new part of the Hitman's movie series. After the great success of the first part and the great impact on its audience, especially it's an action comedy movie scopes in the human side of the characters and the potential comedy that can come out of them. And this what we have seen at the first part.
They're planning a full-scale cyber attack.
Do not screw this up.
Oh, we are definitely gonna screw this up.
I'm unlicensed.
I'm unlicensed. That's terrible.
Louder.
I'm unlicensed! And I don't give a... We need guns. We need boats. We need them. Are you ready to get your freak on? What? That came out wrong. Not together. With us. That also came out wrong.
Now let's go do what we do and blow some things up.
The second part is all about Sonya Kincaid, the wife of the wanted criminal Darius Kincaid. She's also not afraid of death like her husband. The officer Michael Bryce gets involved with them again to protect her from a gang to escape the dangers.
This is the world's been waiting for me to make this change. For the first time, I'm starting to imagine a life without bodyguarding. This really feels like a new beginning. Don't I know you?
The mafia took my husband. We have to go get him.
No. I'm not getting involved in this. I'm under strict psychological orders. I promised my therapist no bodyguard. That means no guns, no killing, and no blood.
What is he doing here? Are you using pepper spray?
I'm on sabbatical.
How
many times have you nearly got me killed?
Not enough.
We're trying to have a baby.
What the
I would make a great mother, don't you think?
Oh my God, a child would be so lucky to have you as its host.
The trio have fallen into because of a dangerous information Darius and Sonya own. But clearly the comedy dose will go far and beyond, causing laughter screams in theaters. The second part has been postponed from a whole year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the entire scene had been filmed. Starring a group of first-class stars, Ryan Reynolds, Samuel Jackson, and Salma Hayek. And there's some of the superstars who will join the movie, such as Morgan Freeman and Antonio Banderas. The movie premiere will be on June 16, 2021. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is a body cop movie, and what makes such a movie stick in our mind for many years are the harmony, the chemistry between the movie stars. This was very evident in the first part, where the harmony was at the best among the movie stars. With the second part, follow the lead, this is what we will see.
Little breeze, can you please wake the hell up? We are hiding in Italia, cause some people want us dead. When you push me by the boobs, I could hear the little boy inside of you. Mommy, please don't die.
I don't think that's what I was screaming.
Let's go do what we do and blow some things up.
Snake Eyes G.I. Joe The Origins, one of the awaited movies that G.I. Joe fans love over the years. The movie is all about G.I. Joe's character Snake Eyes, who the movie focused on his beginning and story ever since he entered the Arashikage clan in a search to his training to become a man with special abilities.
Every warrior has a beginning.
I'm on a new level.
For 600 years, our ninja have brought peace to the world.
I'm on a new level.
I need warriors like you.
The movie starring some of the great superstars: Henry Golding, Samara Weaving, and Andrew Koji. Written by Evan Filipopoulos. Directed by Robert Svitenki. Movie release date July the 23rd, 2021.
But that is just the beginning.
I'm on a new level.
The news in our box office this week, which is the third movie, Venom 2, Let There Be the Carnage. The movie continues the events to the first part, where journalist Eddie Brock tries to adapt the parasitic entity called Venom, and for that he faces a new villain opponent on his way.
I say either. I say either. I say neither. And I say neither. Neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up.
Excuse me?
Yummy.
Number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the
The
dark.
first part was a resounding success and grossed $856 million worldwide. This part follows the trail of the previous movie on our list, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, where Sony infused the movie with some veteran elements that are strong draw for audience. The movie starred the shining star Tom Hardy and co-stars as extension of the first part Michelle Williams. And join them two big stars Woody Harrelson and Naomi Harris, in addition to a veteran English actor Stephen Graham, written by Tom Hardy, which is not usual for us to see Tom Hardy participating in his movie story. Script processing Kelly Marshall, who is one of the co-writers of the first part. And the new part here is the movie directed by Andy Serkis, the new director of the series. Release date on 24th of September 2021.
Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
Hotel Transylvania 4, Transformania. And here we are, coming to our only movie of the day that presents the world of anime and family movie. The fourth part of Hotel Transylvania, the famous series that everyone loves. Because of the new machine invented by Van Helsing, Dark and his gang, turned from monsters to humans. Johnny on the other side became a monster, and the gang members have to get back to where they were before it's too late.
Nightmare! It's over! I'm human again! Hey, Drac, what's up? Johnny? Oh, no! Drac?
Look at you, now look at me.
Oh, no, it can't be! You're human and I'm a monster. It's like Freaky Friday, but on a Tuesday, though.
The voiceover stars Brian Hull, Andy Samberg, and Selena Gomez. The movie was written by Jendy Tartakovsky, directed by Derek Bryman and Jennifer Kosk. The movie release date July 23rd on 2021. Still Water. And finally our last movie on the list, which contained Oscar Club members. After Bill Baker's daughter got involved into horrific murder, Bill travels from Oklahoma to France on the quest to stand by her side in the most mysterious crime, searching for innocence proof in this crime.
Visit my daughter.
You're the father of the girl the American student?
Yes, ma'am.
Allison came here for college, and that's where she met this girl, Lena. One night she found Lena dead and called the police. All they cared about was Allison sleeping with some Arab girl.
I loved her,
I know you did.
but everybody thinks that I killed her. We have
exhausted every possible legal action.
It's
A movie like this may not attract you, as its story been addressed in many ways in many movies before. Starting with Matt Damon, the mega star, box office star, Oscar winner and multiple nominations. Abigail Breslin, an outstanding actress from a young age, was nominated for an Oscar as well. Directed by Tom McCarthy, who won an Oscar for the Best Director for a Spotlight movie. Release date July 30, 2021.
She's my little girl.
Dad, please.
I'm not gonna give up.
It will be a serious mistake to come.
What you saw today is some information that may help you to choose the movies that you are going to watch on the big screen. Don't forget to push like, share and subscribe and leave a comment below. The comment sections we can discuss together. And wait for the next episodes because it has a lot of work we are sure that you will like. See ya.
That's all I give a damn about.
You sound very American right now.
You just have to trust me.